What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It's truly appreciated. So, the New York Knicks get a bounce back win tonight by beating the Charlotte Hornets 119 to 104. The captain, 26 points, 5 assists, and the big cat, 35 points, 18 rebounds. Great bounce back win for the boys. Great, but we knew this was happening. I mean, come on, let's be honest. It's Charlotte, but hey, so what? A win is a win. The Knicks go to 14-7, 5-1 their last 6. Great win for them boys tonight. Great win. Listen, man, I thought it was a fabulous game, man. Easy win. The Knicks pretty much, shot out of the game like a cannon. And pretty much, we're up 27-12 in the first quarter. But Charlotte made a push in that second. LaMelo Ball and the crew led that push, and they lost that second quarter, 35-26 to the Hornets. But the Knicks came back in that third, winning that third quarter, 37-28. And pretty much the fourth quarter was tied, 29-29. And that was the ball game, man. That was the ball game. Listen, a huge game from the Big Cat. This is what you do to teams like this. I mean, this is easy. I mean, this is not hard. I mean, this is what you do. You beat the teams you're supposed to beat, and that's that. I thought there was times in this game where the Knicks were kind of like lollygagging. You could see it. They lollygagging meaning like they just were making crazy turnovers, just not playing smart basketball. And then they just pretty much turned it on and realized, okay, let's get this victory, let's get up out of here. And that's what this felt like. But an easy win for them boys. Easy win. Big Taz, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Big bounce back win for the boys, 119-104. The Big Cat, 35 points, 18 rebounds. So, I want to say I thought everybody today played really, really well. Of course, we saw Akaporte play today, which I thought was great. Giving him some minutes. Struggled at times, but I thought he was good. He had a couple of block shots and stuff. He fouled out tonight, but he's got to get out there. He's got to play more. Like to see more Diawara. He only played 1 minute. But all in all, it was a great game for them boys, right? So, Josh Hart, typical Josh Hart, right? 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Though Mikal Bridges also had another solid game for him. He had 16 points, 7 for 14 from the field, guys, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And Deuce continues to shoot the ball really well. He had 15, 3 for 7 from 3, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist, man. And so I thought it was a great game. Also, too, I thought it was great to see a guy like Akaporte play because, remember, this is Mitch's what is it called? Ankle load management, whatever you want to call it. So he doesn't play back-to-back. So, I think it was great for them to kind of get a chance for Akaporte to get some minutes in. And I think it's important because, you never know if they're going to need him. Also, too, I would love to see them maybe try to throw Jamison out there. I love what he brings. Just to kind of get some guys some run. I mean, I think it's important. I thought tonight would have been a really good night to see Diawara also. I keep on stressing that. Against teams like this is when you should really see guys like that. And put him in situations where he can succeed, right? You don't put him at the point guard position. You put him, of course, at his position that he plays in order for him to see him fully, flourish, to see what he could do. I would like to see him at least play 10 minutes tonight. And a night like this is what you do. And so I just think that, that's something I think Mike Brown needs to work on with some of these guys because it seems like, he's sticking to only going like 8 or 9 deep. But in games against this, like, especially we play Utah Friday, right? Like, he should play Diawara more minutes. Like, when you play against these lesser teams, that's when these guys should be getting action. Like, that's when you should see these guys. And once again, I'm not saying in key moments when we're trying to, but if we got a lead and we're up by 20, you should give these guys a couple of minutes. You shouldn't just be putting them in for 1 minute. I mean, this is how you're going to find out what you have. I think it's really important to do that because once again, guys, I'm going to talk about the Giannis stuff later too, but when you're stacked with your roster, it's top heavy, meaning all the guys are making all the top guys are making the top money. So you're not going to really get deals like in trades or free agency because you don't have the money for that. So you're going to have to really build your team from the draft. And so you're going to have to see some of these guys that you drafted to play. This is what makes OKC so great. Remember, the only guy that they really went out and got was SGA, right? And got that through the Paul George deal, right, for the Clippers, which they got all those picks for. So that's why they're able to draft all those guys. And iHeart. Everyone else they drafted. They drafted Chet. They drafted Jay Will, who's the other Lou Dort, right? They drafted him. A couple of the other Jay Will that comes off the bench, the forward, right? So that's where their roster is stacked from guys that they drafted. So that's where you're going to have to build this team. So a lot of young guys, I would really like to see given an opportunity. Like I thought it was great tonight. Kolek is playing more. He's played 13 minutes tonight. He had 6 points. I thought he looked great out there. 2 for 3 from 3, which is awesome, right? Got to be aggressive out there. 3 rebounds and 5 assists. So he's doing great with his minutes. But once again, he's given an opportunity to play a little bit more. I think 13 minutes is perfect for him. I would like to see Diawara get the same thing, to see exactly what he could bring. You got to see what you have. Because once again, you're going to have to build out in the draft if you're top heavy like this, with all your stars getting all the money. So I think it's really important for Mike Brown to really try to consider that, right? Because look, Kolek's getting more of an opportunity. He's playing really well. And like I said it before in my last show, I don't think he should be bumped out of the lineup. Now, when OG Anunoby comes and Shamet comes back, things are going to be changed up. But I think he should kind of be put into what they were going to have Malcolm Brogdon play and have him be that backup point guard because of what he's showing in these last 5 games. Like, I really love what he's doing, and I would like to continue his growth. I don't want, if Shamet comes back and OG Anunoby comes back, he gets buried at the back of the bench now because, once again, that stops development. You know what I mean? So I think that it's really important for these guys to kind of pay attention to that, man, because, listen, you're going to have to build these guys up, man, especially if someone gets hurt, hence like an OG Anunoby. Brunson went down right with ankle sprain, right? You're going to need these guys to step up and win some games, especially if something happens in the playoffs. So, I mean, what Kolek's doing, I think, is sensational, especially with only 13 minutes. 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists in 13 minutes. That's exceptional for a guy like him. And then also, too, like Mike Brown's got to get better with these lineups. I didn't like the fact in that second quarter, he had Kolek out there with Brunson. What are you doing that for? Like, why? Kolek should be out there with a guy that's a shooter. Brunson wants the ball in his hands to kind of orchestrate and stuff. Let Kolek be out there with players that he can orchestrate to and kind of pivot, pass, do those things. Him and Brunson are the same guy. This is what I said about last night. I said about him being a mad scientist, right? This is like a science experiment, and this is what he feels like he's doing with some of these lineups. I did not like that lineup. And it's funny because that lineup was where Charlotte started making that push, right? So, I just think it's all about development, man. In games like this, you got to use these guys to develop. Like, to me, like, there's no way, I don't think Cat should have played 39 minutes. Like, I'm not against this team. They stink. I don't think Josh Hart should have played 37 minutes. Like, I don't think, Bridges should have played 36 or 37 minutes. Like, they can still get this win if you put these lineups together out there against Charlotte. You just got to give guys more minutes. And it's a back-to-back. So that's why it didn't make any sense to me at all tonight. That's the one thing I have an issue with regarding tonight. Lionel Monos, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big time win for the boys, 119 and 104. Knicks go to 14-7 on the season. Great game for Big Cat, 35 points, 18 rebounds. Eric Green, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big time win for them boys, 119 to 104. The captain, 26 points, 5 assists. Great bounce back game for him. Eric Green says, I agree, man. The Kolek he's earning more time. Agreed, man. Agreed. You got to play him. I don't want to see Eric Green him go back to the bench. Like, I don't want to see that. Like, you're all about, he's got to earn it, right? And if he's earning it and he's playing well, I think he should continue to play. Because you see each game, right, guys? You see he's getting better each game. The confidence is like, there. And you could see him starting to kind of believe in himself, and he's playing extremely well. And so, to me, why not build on that? Why not build on that? So if somebody does go down, you have the confidence in him to be able to hold down the fort until Brunson comes back or whomever else comes back, because you're going to need guard help. But most importantly, you're going to need ball handlers, guys that can come up, bring the ball up, and orchestrate the offense. Because the reality is you only have 2 guys that can really do it, and that's Brunson and Kolek. So if he's playing well, why not? Go out there and, just give him more minutes, even when those guys do come back. Disc Rover, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live, man. Big time win for the boys, 119 to 104. The Big Cat, 35 points, 18 rebounds. Hey, listen, guys, you think You think the big cat's not hearing all this noise going on out there? I think he hears it. I think the big cat hears all this nonsense. So he drops 35 and 18, tells everybody to be quiet. Great numbers from him. Once again, I'm going to talk about this later, but and 5 assists for the big cat. Towns is, and even with his fumbling, bumbling stuff yesterday, I thought Towns was great yesterday too. He just has to get out of the stupid fouls, but he was dominant yesterday too. Sensational game from the big cat is dominating, man. He's playing really, really well as of late. Last couple of games, he's been really stepping it up, and I thought he's been playing really, really well. Let's go over says cats are really not escaping the bad team merchant moniker. Hey, this Grover, I didn't think he played bad yesterday. He had some bad turns, but I don't think he played bad. He came up with big buckets, man. I don't think he played bad in the playoffs last year. I thought he came up with big moments. So I don't let a couple of games dictate how a guy is. You know what I'm saying? Steve, Dallas Cowboys, man. I appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live and my crew, man. I truly appreciate that, man. Big time win for the boys, 119 and 104. Beating those Charlotte Hornets. The big cat, big game for him, 35 points, 18 rebounds. The captain with a great bounce-back game for him, 26 points and 5 assists. With that being said, let's listen to the big cat, man. Exceptional game from him. He had that nasty dunk, too. Saw that at the end, towards the end of the game? It was official. Let's get Big Cat up here.
After your dunk, a fan said to me, you had that in your bag.
Let me pause that for a second. It's a little loud. Sorry about that. Turn this volume down a bit. Blowing you guys' headphones. All right, let's listen to Alan Hahn and the Big Cat. Great game for him. Let's hear from the Big Cat.
After your dunk, a fan said to me, you have to tell him, I didn't know you had that in your bag.
Too Tylenol, flex all, warm up, stretch, But nah, for real, the fans bring us that energy. And I had an opportunity to show them I still got it.
So second night of a back-to-back, they're not easy. And the second half for you and for this team looked like a much different energy after that second quarter. What did it take to put this game away?
I mean, just got to get stops. And we found a way to do it. But then, LaMelo Ball, hell of a player, got hot. But it was all the work we did before that allowed us to have some margin of error. And we did a good job.
And so you mentioned again about the crowd and how you like to react to the crowd. This is now 11-1 in this building. What does playing here mean for you?
I mean, it means everything. Ever since I got here, these fans have been loving and have given me the energy and the passion for basketball that has been missing. So I appreciate them so much. And every time I get to put this jersey on, I want to be able to give them a show.
All right, thanks very much, Cat. Congratulations on the win. And Mike, that's Cat's 7th 30, 10, and 5 performance as a Knick.
7th, 30, 10, and 5. You think this guy doesn't hear the chatter, man? He hears the chatter. He hears the chatter, man. He hears the nonsense. He hears all the craziness being spoken about him. He knows this. Is he a perfect player? No, he's not. But who is? Who is, outside of Jordan, who's a perfect player? Maybe Wilt. Maybe Kareem. Who's a perfect player? There is none. There is none out there. So does he have limitations? Yes, he does. But come on, man. The guy's a hell of a ball player. This Grover says, hopefully we will see this performance from Cat against Orlando very soon. Orlando's tough, man. Orlando's tough. I think he's had great games against them. I mean, it's just this year. Orlando's playing well, man. You got to give them credit, right? But I'm not. I've said this before. I'm not worried about anybody in a 7-game series. I'm just not. Everything changes in the playoffs. You guys saw this last year. So that's why I'm not worried at all. Just want to get through the season, healthy, of course, and ready to go for April, May, and June. That's the goal here. That's the goal. That's it. Lionel Mota said his pops can still play. Yeah, I heard his pops used to play ball. His pops was nice. Where did his pops play? I think his pops played for Monmouth, right? I think his pops played in college. I think, didn't his pops play for the Knicks or somebody? Did his pops play in the pros? I'm not sure. But I know his pops played in college. Because remember, his pops is cool with Leon and Wes. You know, all them Jersey cats. They all tight together. So that's how they've known Cat since he was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So this stuff runs deep, man. This stuff runs deep. You know what I'm saying? So, but you heard what he said, man. He said, "Yo, man," he said, "You know, I love putting this jersey on, man. I love putting this jersey on. You know, so he's happy to be home, man. Remember, this was his mom's favorite team. So you think this guy doesn't want to be here? Like you know, all this nonsense being out there, it's deeper than that here and why he's here. Right? And the connections and you know, just from Leon to, you know, from his mom and who passed away, and you know, all those connections that he has, the Dominican connection, you know, because he's half Dominican because of the mother and the family could see him play. I mean, this is deeper than hoops, guys. This is very similar to the Brunson effect. Like this is the same thing. So the whole thing that this guy doesn't want to be here, and that's you know, I'm hearing stuff out there that he would, you know, he wants a team, he wants a different team where he could be the man. Come on, I'm not listening to no more nonsense. People out there just typing away. Listen, great game today, man. Great game today. Great bounce back game too, guys. You got to admit, great bounce back game for everybody. I thought Clarkson was okay. What you guys think about Clarkson? He's shaky, right, man? He started getting a pill. He started tripping and fumbling. He's getting knocked over. I'm like, oh, here we go. See, this is what I say. He's like a microwave. Because some games he'll be good, right? But some games it's like he's playing at 24-hour fitness, man. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with this guy? Did you guys see the clip? I wish I had the highlights here. Did you guys see the clip when Kolek gave that rifle pass to Okporde in the middle, and he could have dunked it and he kicked it out? I think it was to Deuce or whomever for 3. And after that, like, you know, Cat had the dunk coming back down after that, right? And after that play, Kolek looked at him and said, yo, man, shoot the effing ball. And he looked at Kolek and they kind of had words. But Kolek is looking at him like, yo, my man, why would you kick it out for a 3 and you're right under the rim and you're 7 feet? This is why I think sometimes these guys are so caught up in the system that they don't realize just play basketball, man. Just play the game. Like, don't overthink the game. He was right under the rim for a dunk. He kicked it out for somebody for 3. Yo, my man, you're right underneath the rim. Score the basket. See, it's stuff like that. Well, guys, they ask why they don't play. It's stuff like that. The coach can see that. The coach can see, like, you're not, you know, you're not really confident in your game or whatever the dynamic is. But Kolek told him, like, yo, man, you're right underneath the rim. You'll shoot the effing ball. And I guess they had little words going back and forth, and, you know. But Kolek's trying to tell him, like, yo, my man, why would you kick that out for a 3? That's just stupid. It makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. One Shot D, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with me and my crew, man. The LV Live crew. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. One Shot D. But I appreciate you coming through, rocking with me and my crew tonight. Big time win for the boys, 119 and 104. The Big Cat, 35 points, 18 rebounds. The boys go to 14-7 on the year, 11-1 at home. Dominating at home. And have won 5 out of their last 6 games. They got a game Friday against the Utah Jazz. I will be going live after that, so please come through and check that out. Okay, One Shot D says, yeah, I seen Kolek start balking on him in the timeout. Yeah, right, you saw that, right? That's what he said to him. This go over, right? Yes, the Tyler told him to dunk. Yeah, man. Yeah, he was mad. Right. Facts. He was mad. He was right. I was mad at Huck too. Yeah, but One Shot D. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, still to play the game. Like, I understand you got a system that you want to run, but the game is not hard. Like, don't overthink the game. If you're underneath the basket and you're right there, dunk the ball. You're 7 feet. What are you doing kicking it out for? Do you want to score a bucket or you don't? The game is easy. So the reality is when you do stuff like that, the coach sees that. So the coach may feel like you don't have confidence in yourself, so he won't play you. When you play with confidence, you force him to play you more because you're making an impact. But if you go out there, you're unsure of yourself, he's not. You're playing scared. So stuff like that. Now, what I saw, it's like he's playing scared. So I'm not mad that Kolek went up and told him, like, yo, come on, man. and balked on him. You know, I think he balked on him too. He said, yo, my man, you're messing up my assist. I'm trying to pad my stats here to show the coach I belong in the game, and you passing out my assist because you scared to shoot. He probably told him to tighten up. Big T says Clarkson didn't have a good game tonight, man, but it's okay. Yeah, he's, but once again, guys, listen, he's up and down. You got to kind of expect that from him. I mean, that's just the player that he is, man. He's going to be up and down. He's going to have some nights where he's going to look really, really good. I mean, that's just what it is. We've seen that already, too, where he's going to look really good. It's going to be a great spark coming off the bench. But there are some nights where he's going to look like this. Some nights where you're just like, yo, come on, man. Like it was, it's just one of those things. You know what I'm saying? So, but, here we go. Oh, hold up. I got it right here. I knew somebody was going to pull it up. I saw it, but I was like, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I was talking about. Hold up. LV's got it right now. Let me take this out. Appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me tonight, man. It's truly appreciated, man, on this Wednesday night hump day. Appreciate everybody coming through, man, rocking with me tonight, man. A great bounce back win for the boys. Okay, here. All right. Let me pull it up for you guys. Okay, here we go right here. Right here. Here he is. All right. And this is what we were talking about. Kolic's looking at him. You see Kolic ice grilling him. Look at that. Kolic ice grilling him. He ain't even looking at Cat. He looking at Porter like, yo, my man, what you doing? Yo, Kolic is tight. Look at Kolic. What does he say? Here we go right here.
22-point advantage. Put it on a clinic.
See, they was walking at each other. He told him. Let's bring it back. Kolic barking on him, man. Barking on him. And I understand, look at he's tight because he's like, yo, my man, what you doing?
The night of 22-point advantage. Put it on a clinic.
See, he said, yo, man, listen, and I'm not mad at him for that. I'm not. Because he's probably looking at the kid like, yo, what you doing, man? And I'm glad someone put it up there, man, because I was trying to look for the clip. I had it. I had the highlights, but it's messing up here, LB, man. I apologize. Technical difficulties. But what I'm saying is that that's exactly the type of fire I love from Kolic. Because you see, he wants it, man. He wants it. He knows these minutes are hard to come by. So when he gets his opportunity, he wants to show and prove he belongs out there. With Brogdon going down, we always felt Kolic was right for him to take on that. But his first couple of games, he looked shaky. Now he's taking full advantage of this opportunity. And so remember, Shaman's a few weeks out. I think OG's not coming back to after December. Right? So this is a perfect time for Kolic to show and prove that when those guys come back, I need to be in the rotation. I don't care if you take minutes away from Clarkson or Yabusele, but I need them minutes. I need that. Come on, man. I mean, so I love the passion. I love the fire, man. It's hard to make it in the league, but I'm sure all them guys will tell you it's even harder to stay in it. I'm going to say it again. It's hard to make it in this league, but it's even harder to stay in it, man. And being able to get on the court. There's so many different politics and things going on involved. It's more deeper than hoops. And so when you get your chance to show and prove, you got to take full advantage of everything. Like everybody sees Deuce, right? He signed that contract, right? He was getting $3 million a year. Why do you think he signed that deal, man? He signed that deal because he's like, yo, I don't know. He couldn't shoot at the time. Remember, he's still working on that. But he's like, yo, man, I got to take my opportunities when I can. Because this league is tough. They said the NFL means not for long. I think they need for the NBA too. So I think that Kolic understands that. And he's taking full advantage of this, and he wants to. So when he's looking at a certain time, he makes a great play, and these dudes is fumbling, bumbling the ball, you see the fire come out. And I love that, man. I love that because this guy knows, man. Listen, man, you may play around your opportunity, Porte or whatever. I'm not. When I give you a pass, shoot the effing ball, man. Dunk it. What's wrong with you? He getting mad because you trying to bark back at Kolek. But yo, dogs, you looking like a clown out there. This girl says Tyler's one of the backup floor generals. Makes sense. This was a really good pass because Ariel was wide open. Agreed, man. Agreed. But he ain't sure of himself, man. He ain't sure of himself. You know what I mean? Because that's just. But I'm glad Kolek did that. Glad he did that. One Shot D says you gotta let coach know you're trying to play tonight. You're supposed to pull the rim down on that play. He had a cleanup pump. He had a clean pump fake. Move easiest dunk all day. One Shot D agreed, man. Agreed. But he playing scared though, man. He playing scared. That's what that looks like. If anybody's ever played ball, you know what I'm talking about. He playing scared. Stuff like that gets you yanked, man. Get you yanked quick. You don't play again after that. That's it. And then you be wondering why you ain't playing. It's like, yo, remember that time? I don't trust you out there, man. You look shaky. You know what I mean? And I'm saying that's just it, man. That's just it. And I think it's, I don't know, man. You got to take full advantage of your opportunities, man. That's the only really thing I can really say. And a guy like Kolek wants it, man. He wants to be out there. He wants to make this opportunity the best thing for him. But you got to take full advantage of your opportunities, man. You just have to. And whereas Kolek is serious about this, some guys are unsure about themselves. And for a guy like Kolek, he probably feel like, man, you shouldn't be out here then. Real talk, you shouldn't be out here. If you're gonna be out playing and being unsure of yourself, then maybe you need to be on the bench. You know what I mean? Just watching the game. And so you got to respect that, Hey guys, how do you feel about Deuce, man? Deuce has been playing really, really well as of late, right? Really, really well as of late. Yo, he's been playing exceptionally well. Exceptionally well. Last 10 games for Deuce. Last 10 games, right? He's shooting 45% from the field, 46% from three. He's averaging 13.8 points a game, about 14 points. This is his last 10 games now. Right? So he's been playing well on the season, regular season. He's averaging 11, shooting 43% from three. Excuse me, 44% from three. 43% field goals. About 3 rebounds and 3 assists a game in 27 minutes. I mean, Deuce is playing really, really well, man. Really, really, really well. You got to be happy with how he's been playing, man. Last couple of games, you got to look at his numbers, man. Tonight he had 19. Last Friday against Milwaukee, he had 19. Right? No, I'm bugging. I got the numbers wrong. Excuse me. He had 19 last week against Charlotte, 19 against Milwaukee, 14 against Toronto, 9 against Boston. I thought he could have more shots. He didn't shoot the ball enough because he was shot 50% from the field, 60% from three, and he had 15 tonight. Deuce has been playing really, really well, man. Really, really well. He's a plus 18 tonight. He's gonna get banked, man. He's gonna get banked. I think he comes back to the Knicks, but I think he's gonna get banked. He's gonna get paid, man. He's gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid. I mean, he's playing really, really well, man. Really, really well. The thing is that here's how you know with Deuce. When he's not out there, when he's not playing, I mean, he's dealing with, I guess, like some issues with family stuff. When he wasn't playing, you saw the difference in his team coming off the bench. Because when he's out there, I'm not worried. I'm not worried when he's out there. When he's shooting, I'm not worried. My only issue with him is he's trying to break people down on the dribble. That's not your game, man. Like, make one move and then boom, you're on. But don't be trying to do too much. And I think that's the one issue I have with Deuce. But outside of that, he's having a really good season. He's going to get paid, man. He's going to get paid. What do you guys think he's going to get? What do you think he's going to get about? I don't think he gets what Josh Hart gets. Josh Hart gets about 80 million. He got about 80 million for 4 years. You think Deuce gets that? I think Deuce gets somewhere like 40 million, I think, for like 4 years, 45 or something like that. I think he gets in the middle, maybe 50 million, 60 million, something like that. For 3-4 years. What did iHeart get? Right? What did iHeart get with OKC? You know what I'm saying? I think Deuce gets like 60 million or something like that from us. Maybe 4 years, 60 million, something like that. I think he deserves it, man. Lionel Mona says, indispensable Deuce. Agreed. Tony, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV live tonight, Tony. Hope all is well with you, my guy. Big time win for the boys, 119-104. The Big Cat, 35 points, 18 rebounds. Knicks go to 14-7, 11-1 at home, guys. Dominating at home, which is how it should be. Yo, Jay Supreme, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV live, man. Long time no see, sir. Hope all is well with you, Jay. Jay, happy holidays to you, man. Hope all is well, my brother. Big time win for the boys, 119-104. The captain, great bounce back game for him. 26 points, 5 assists. This Rover says Deuce is not getting 4 for 60. Yo, man. Yo, you never know, man. I cut it in half, right? This Rover, what you think? About 40 million? All right, give him 40. 4 for 40. How about that? 10 million a year? He's taking that? 4 for 40. Look at Tony. Tony says Deuce is getting 3 for 35 and will be a pacer next year. Look at that. Look at Tony. Tony's shipping him out to the enemy, man. To the enemy, to the evil empire. No. See, Tony? Come on, man. Come on, Tony. Look at Jay says, I can see Deuce getting 4 years, 10 million. So that's 4 for 40. So he's getting about 40 million, Tony. I'm Jay. I can see that. 4 years, 40 million. This Grove says I put it close to the 8 per year, but yo, with this Grove, he's getting 3 though, man. He's getting 3 right now. You got to give him a little bit more than that. You got to give him at least 10. He deserves 10, man. Josh is getting 20 a year. So Deuce has got to at least get 10, man. Look at this Rose says, but of course it depends on what the team wants. Right. But remember, this Grove, if I'm correct, everybody check it out. Guys, let me know. Big task. Everybody up in here, all my day ones. I think we have his bird rights, correct? Because we drafted him. So we have his bird rights. So I think we can outbid, right? Whoever, right? Isn't that how it goes? Even with the apron. Because we got the rights to him. I think that's what hurt us with the iHeart piece. We didn't have his bird rights. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. LV doesn't mind being wrong. I got my crew in here. But I think we have his bird rights, man. If I'm correct. All right, let me pull this up here, guys. Let me pull up the coach. Listen to what he has to say about the game. He's getting better, man. I was, certain things I'm kind of a little nervous with him about now, man. But he's getting better. He's not too bad. But let's listen to what the coach has to say about tonight's game.
I don't know if I've ever done this before. I've been doing this for a while. But our defensive player of the game was Ariel, and he had 0 defensive rebounds, and he fouled out. So interesting. But having said that, his impact was huge. He had a couple of blocks, 50-50 balls. I mean, he went vertical a couple of times and changed shots in the paint. So I'm happy for him. And this is a guy who hadn't played much, in a while. So he logged a lot of minutes for us, at least in his case, 12 minutes or a little over 12 minutes. But he was our defensive player of the game. I don't know if I've ever.
Yo, this guy's a politician, man. This guy's a politician. Because ain't no way Porter, he just said it. But he gave it to him because, listen, he played 13 minutes tonight. And he felt that he made an impact, which I thought he did. He had a couple of block shots and a couple of things. I thought he made an impact as well. Defensive player of the game, no. But I like what he's doing. This is all camaraderie stuff, man. This guy, like I said, he's a politician. He understands, giving that to this guy is going to make him feel good and make the team feel good because they realize he's playing. He doesn't really get an opportunity to play, blah, blah, blah. You guys know what I'm saying here. Right? So, I don't know. Yeah, I get it. Team camaraderie and all that good stuff, but I don't know if Okporty deserves defensive player of the game today. But, he played because Mitch isn't playing, and I felt coach felt that because he didn't play, he hasn't been playing, he still went out there and made a good impact. But this is what I mean by saying earlier, guys, if you guys remember what I said earlier, giving these guys an opportunity to play. Like, you got to do that against teams that stink like this. Like, you got to, because they're basically playing a G League team outside of LaMelo and Bridges, right? Outside of those two, what's it, Brandon Miller, right? Brandon Miller, he didn't play tonight, right? So this is a prime opportunity for these guys to go out here and showcase what they can do. Especially if these guys are out there in G League getting busy, play those guys. What does it matter, right? So I think that's probably why he did it, right? So, big up to the coach, man, trying to appease everybody. Here goes Tony. Get CP3 here ASAP for Kolek to become an elite and us have a veteran point guard to work with the bigs. I don't think, Tony, man, I'm not bringing Chris Paul here, man. I'm not doing that. He's a headache. Did you guys hear the story about what happened if the rumors are true? This is like from a beat writer or somebody like that works out there. Do you know what happened? Why they let him go? Chris Paul has had issues with a lot of players. Like, a lot of guys don't like him at all. They say he's like a jerk. Like, he's he's just not a cool person. He does a lot of snake stuff. A lot of people don't like Chris Paul. He's not a very likable guy. Allegedly. So allegedly what happened out there was they were in the locker room and it was like a comment was made about load management in there, right? In the locker room. And he said to Kawhi Leonard, Chris Paul said to Kawhi Leonard, when they say load management, they're talking about you because you're the load. And then there's management for everybody else. Right? Like that word was for him. And they said the whole locker room went silent. And everybody got quiet for like 20 seconds and didn't say nothing. And Kawhi just looked at him, didn't say nothing to him, and walked out the locker room. And then they said 10 to 15, 20 minutes later, whatever it was, he was called up to management. And that's when they made the decision to let him go. Both people just parted ways and said it might be time. So he does things like that. You know what I mean? You don't really want that guy around, especially with a guy like Brunson in the locker room. You don't, and Cat, him and Cat will be out there fighting. You know what I mean? Like, because he'll be saying stuff to Cat that's kind of like below the belt. You know what I'm saying? So once again, you got to be careful who you bring in these locker rooms. It's just a sanctuary. Anybody that's ever played sports, like, you guys got to know, right? Like, in that locker room is different, man. And you got to have the right personalities in there. If you have the wrong personalities in there, that can make or break the season. Like, being honest with you guys. Guys will be in the locker room fighting. There'll be a whole bunch of nonsense going on. What I hear from this team, ever since Brunson got there and Josh Hart, everybody loves each other. Everybody gets along. Everybody. So you don't want to bring a guy in there like that, because that could be a headache. So we got to be careful of that. And then also too, Tony, I have to go against the grain here. Tony, it's gonna stunt Kolek's growth. I just got done talking about Kolek and how well he's been playing. Give the kid a chance. We drafted him. Give him a chance. He's playing well. He's not playing bad. Let him rock. Tony said, for the Giannis, Tony, I'm going to talk about that in a second, man. I'm going to talk about that. I can't touch on that right now yet, Tony. Not just yet. We got to talk about this game, then I'm going to get to that. Trust me, because LV's got some heat for that. Look at this row. It says, yeah, CP is completely washed and a vibe. Agreed, man. Agreed. That's this Grove. I'm telling you, man. You don't want to bring that type of like poison into the locker room, man. You know what I mean? You just gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with that, man. That's the importance of picking the right team and making sure everything works. That's why OKC is so good. I mean, listen, I think this is their last year together. I think we're gonna probably disband it next year because everyone's gonna be over the limit. Like they're not gonna be able to afford all those guys. So, but they got the right synergy in that locker room. You need that, man. That's what really kind of puts you over the top. It just does. And so, you gotta be careful when you got certain guys in there like that are kind of like bringing all types of nonsense in there. Jay says, no thanks. CP3 is finished. Agreed. Yeah, Jay, agree, right? You don't bring that energy in your life. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, those guys could destroy the season. Eric Green says, we don't need Chris Paul, man. We need a wing that can defend and score. Agreed, Eric Green. Agreed. Listen, and here's the thing with that, Eric Green. I'm glad you mentioned that. And with that, those guys are expensive, man. Expensive. You know what? You listen, we're all guys in here. Some women could be in here. I'm not sure, but I'm just saying. You know what these wings are right now? I'm gonna equate it to us men. It's like the new sexy blonde or new sexy girl with dreads in your school who's got light eyes, great body. She works out, she runs track, she's like that. Everybody wants her. There's only like 2 of them girls in your school. But everybody wants her. She's rare. That's how these wings are. They're super expensive because everybody wants them because they know that's what the league is turning into. They want a guy like Jalen Johnson. Right? They want a Ricochet. They want a Herb Jones. They want these guys. They want a Jaden McDaniel. They want all these wings, all these guys that are like KD, but a little bit shorter, but can defend, score, or like all these guys, 6'8", 6'9". The height is 6'8" to 6'10". That's what you want with these guys that could do it all. Like an OG Anunoby, right? Like these guys are expensive, man. It's so hard to get these guys. But to your point, Eric Green, that's what we need, man. That's what we need. Tony says, every team C3 has been on, he turned as a player into a great player. Tony, man, but that doesn't mean there weren't problems on that team. Like this guy, he causes issues, man. He causes issues. Like he causes a lot of problems, man. He just does, Tony. You don't want that. You don't want that. Tony says, "Is our chess race? Get him to the G League and never call him back." Yo, man, I thought he was okay today, man. Tony, but he's got to play more, Tony. You can't say that, Tony, if he's not given an opportunity to play. I thought he was great last year when he came off the bench. Tibbs never played him after that. He flashed great signs that he has a very, very great upside. Then he got hurt. Remember, he hurt his knee? So this guy, he shows a lot of good upside, man. He showed it all last year. He just tried to get used to this system here, and Nikola just balked on him, but but he has like go Tony. Tony said, bro, he's hot garbage. Tony, I don't know, Tony, man. I think you gotta give him a chance, Tony. I give him a chance. He's lost on the court, LV. Tony, look, Tony, man. Look. Tony, I hear you, Tony. Tony, all right, Tony. Let me tell you this, Tony. I see a lot of the same things you see, Tony. I'm not sitting here saying you're wrong. Please understand where I'm coming from. But my point is this, Tony. You got to give him a chance, though, Tony. You can't, Tony. You drafted this guy. You got to see what it is. You can't just throw him to the trash. Tony. We're broke, man. We're broke. We're in the red. Okay, we're in the red. We're not in the green. We're in the red. We got to use these guys and develop these guys. We ain't got the bread to go get nobody, Tony. If somebody get hurt, if Mitch get hurt, that's it. We got to go to him. So we got to develop him, Tony. We can't throw him out. We in the red, man. We not in the green. Our paper is short right now, man. We can't go out and get nobody. We can't afford a guy like Andre Drummond. We can't afford a guy like that. He's old and past his prime, but still he's solid. He can do. We can't afford a Mo Wagner or something like that. Wagner's brother. We can't afford him. We can't afford a Jonathan Isaac. We can't afford certain guys or Steven Adams to come off the bench. We can't afford those guys, Tony. And Steven Adams, of course, is starting for the Rockets. He's getting busy. But what I'm saying is that before he's coming off the bench other places. We can't afford these guys, Tony. We can't. So we got to develop the guys we have. That's why I'm saying you got to give them a chance. Yeah, that was ill. Tony, you're right, Tony. You passed the ball. I just got on that, Tony. We just played the video of Kolek barking on him. But Tony, we got it. Tony, man. Come on, we got to work him out, Tony. We can't give up on everybody, man. We can't do that. These are the guys we drafted. Tony's losing it. Here we go. Trade Okporte and Mitch. Chop cheese sandwich. Yo, Tony, you bugging out tonight, man. You bugging out. Yo, the Aki, wait, where's he? Yo, he in Brooklyn, right? That cat that does that. He in Brooklyn, right? Where he at in Brooklyn? Where's that? East New York? Where he at? Yo, that's ill, Tony. That's ill, Tony. Tony, he ain't that bad, Tony, man. Come on, man. You giving him up for chopped cheese, man. That's hard body, man. That's hard body. Why you gonna do that to a young bull like that, man? He a young bull. He trying to make his way in the league, man. He can't get better, Tony, if he don't play. He played last year, Tony. Did I? But if he ain't getting no burn, yo, he's gonna he gonna stink it up. You know what I'm saying? But he's got to play, man. Okay, so check this out. So listen, here's Mike Brown talking about the who made the adjustment to the starting lineup. Check this out. Listen to what he's saying about who made the change regarding the starting lineup. This is Mike Brown talking about how well a lineup's playing and who made that change. Check him out.
Josh in the starting lineup. Pretty well so far. Just wondering the factors or what happened that led you to go ahead and make that switch.
I know the truth. I would tell the truth. I'm just asking this. Okay. Again, I rely on my staff, and I had reasons why I was starting it the other way, but my staff, I think all of them were like, hey, these are the reasons why it would be better. And the reality of it is I just listened to my staff. I said, okay, if I'm the only one thinking that the other way may be better at that time, then maybe I'm wrong. And I have been wrong before, and I will be wrong again in the future. And so, that's what I love about my staff is I have guys that aren't afraid on staff to tell me what I think. And now, at the end of the day, it's up to me to make the decision. I'm not going to always listen to them. But if my whole staff is telling me something, then I better open my eyes and my ears and figure out what they're really trying to say and maybe follow their lead instead of them following my lead all the time.
Boom. So this is twofold. I'm gonna tell you why this is twofold. This is great stuff from him. It's great stuff from him. This is a direct connection, and I want you guys to connect it with me here, right? This is a direct connection, and it's all lines up to what happened last year, right? And what I mean is what the front office wanted Tibbs to do. They wanted Tibbs to talk to his staff more. The staff had a lot of ideas, and Tibbs wouldn't do it. He would do everything himself. And that got relayed back to Leon and them. They wanted a guy to come in here and do exactly what he just did. He's listening to his staff, and he trusts his staff to make the right decisions for the team. And putting Josh Hart in there has changed everything for us. It has. Defensively, we just look like a better team. We're moving better, everything. And I think when OG comes back, they're not going to change this. They're going to keep it just like how it was last year. And Josh has been exceptional. And this is the exact reason why Mike Brown is here. because he's able to make changes. He's not stubborn. And he'll do things that his staff may want and that they'll see. He just won't be so stuck on his ways, which will add to wins, add to frustration in the locker room, and all this other stuff. Because the rumor that was out there was that the reason why Tibbs is going is because of what was coming out of that locker room. Not so much what Leon and them guys doing, but what was coming out of that locker room from whomever. Staff, players, whomever. But it was coming out of that locker room. And the story that was out was like pretty much it had ran its course with Tibbs. And so this guy's taking a totally different approach because he knows the stories. And he also knows what Leon and those guys don't want. And so he's going to ride with that. I mentioned this yesterday. He's an extension of the front office. You know, I don't want to call him a puppet. I don't want to say that. I don't, you know, but I think he's listening. He listened to what they said and what they don't want. So this is probably, like I said it before when he got here, this is his best chance to win a championship. This is probably the best team he's had, even better than those teams in Cleveland and better than that team with the Lakers. Like, this is the best team he's had because these guys are packaged and ready to go. Everybody's in their prime and they're ready. So he's not going to mess this up. So listen to Leon. He's going to do what they want him to do, and he's going to follow certain things, and that's why he's listening to his coaches and doing that. And guys, look, in doing that, it's working. It's working. JSP said, yeah, what's up with them fake Tims? No tree on them. Who got the fake Tims? Who got the fake Tims? Jay? You talking about in the player joint? The defensive player, the awards they give them? They ain't got fake Tims. They got fake Tims in there? Nah, they ain't got fake Tims. They don't got fake Tims. Nah, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way they got fake Tims up in there. There's no way. Okay, here's Brunson and Cat. I got them together actually talking about the win tonight. And let's hear what the captain and the big cat have to say. Appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me tonight, man. If you can, please, if you guys haven't done so, if you can, please hit that like button for me. I truly appreciate it. But once again, thank you guys for coming through and rocking with me tonight, man, to celebrate this win for the team. Knicks currently 14-7 and 11-1 at home. Let's listen to the big cat.
Jay, when you always talk about this, next night to kind of prove yourself as a team, and you guys kind of saw similar adversity tonight as you did in Boston. That second quarter, they were able to catch back in. How happy were you guys, or with you guys' response to that and closing it out after what happened 24 hours ago?
Yeah, I mean, we can easily just chalk it up and say, well, we tried, but continue to fight, continue to sit together, and find a way to make plays defensively. Got out in open court, and it's just a good way for a bounce back tonight.
Okay, so Brunson's talking about how they bounce back tonight. You see the big cat right there. So, listen, man, it's a great win, man. Great win. Listen, great win, especially after what happened last night. I thought last night they should have won that game, but it happens. And it's okay. But, you know. All right, let me bring up the big cat, man. Listen to him, man. Towns with a great night, man. 35-18. Awesome night for him. Let's listen to the big cat and what did you see regarding tonight. Okay. All right. Here we go, guys.
What did you see in the defense that allowed you to kind of have the night that you had today? Like you were just whatever you wanted to bring?
I think when you got one of the best players in the NBA, like JB, like I said, the gravity he attracts, it allows us to have a chance to do something special. So, just taking the opportunities the defense was giving me, and while doing that, just being aggressive and playmaking, whether it was scoring or passing with my teammates.
Boom. Love what he said. He said the gravity that JB attracts, meaning Brunson. It's able for a guy like him to do what he does, man. See that big smile on his face? You think he's not happy being here? This leads me into everything else, right? Let's get to the big the elephant in the room, shall I say, right? Let me first start off by saying that I think, did you guys see that Giannis got hurt today? You guys see he pulled his calf? That's a direct connection to possibly an Achilles, right? That's how it starts. He's been having issues like that for a while, but whatever. Do you guys remember what happened when we got Melo? Do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember how this team was blown up? Do you guys remember that? And what this team looked like, and how it took them some time to get everybody. It took them a while to get JR and those guys and all that stuff, and Mike Woodson. It took that a minute for that to happen. Because they blew up and gave up everything for Melo. Everything. And when you do stuff like that, it pushes you back like a long time. Like it's hard to get back into the scene of things, meaning being relevant, because you've sold your whole mortgage off for a star player. If anybody thinks that if you send or if you want Giannis over here, that Milwaukee's not going to win a haul, you guys are doing some illicit stuff, if you guys know what I'm talking about. There's no way they're going to do that. No way. They're going to want everything back for a top 3 player in the world. Not in this league, in the world. There are some people feeling like he's the best player in the world right now. Some people say SGA. Some people say Joker. Some people have even heard Luka. But there's no way the Bucks, who have always had a hard time getting a superstar and who have never really been relevant since Kareem. They've been good, but not like what they are when Giannis was there. He's the greatest thing there since Kareem. And we're going back to Kareem before the Lakers. Like this is when he was playing with the Big O. That's how long ago this was. The amount of money he brings in just because of him changes the whole economy over there. That's how much of a play. So you got to think this is bigger than basketball. This is not 2K. This is not 2K. This is real stuff. They're going to want Cat. They're going to want OG. And they're going to want another young player and picks. They're going to want that. And you have to ask yourself this. Because the Knicks, I don't think, can do this straight up. I think they're going to have to get a third team involved, which the other team's going to want different players. So you got to ask yourself this, guys. Giannis coming here and giving up so many things that when he comes here, it's going to feel like he's on the Bucks because they done gave up so much to get him here. So it's just going to be him, Brunson, maybe Josh. The money's got to match. All that stuff's got to match. Everything's got to work. Him, Brunson, Deuce, Josh, and a bunch of role guys, because Mitch is probably going to be going in that deal too. Maybe Mikal, who knows? It can get filthy because the Knicks have no picks and they have no money. They don't have nothing. So the Bucks know, yo, we're going to get a haul. We want everything if you want him. This is not, let's just get Giannis and give him Cat and that's it. It don't go like that. This is not 2K. It doesn't go like that. And then here's the other thing. I don't care what Giannis wants. You want to come here? Because we're the hot team right now. Your team stinks. We're the hot team right now. We made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. We're the one that everybody wants to see. They don't want to see the Bucks. They want to see us. So you want to come here that bad, then you figure out a way to get here. But we're not bending over backwards, throwing away everybody, breaking up what we built just so you can come over here for a year or two, if that. Whereas we got OG in his 20s, we got Mitch in his 20s, we got Bridges in his 20s. All these guys are young players, and they're wings. So you want to give it up just for him? And when he comes here, it's just going to be him and Brunson and maybe a bunch of scraps? And you think that's going to be OKC? We got a better chance with this squad. The Pacers took OKC 7 games. The playoffs is different, man. You can't automatically jump out the window because you're thinking like, oh, you know, it's Giannis, though. Is that so what? It's Giannis. So it takes a team to win, man. It takes a team. It does not take one player. It takes a team. Yes, SGA is that, right? Things didn't change for them until they got iHeart because they need a complete team. That's what you need to beat those guys, man. You need a complete team. And we were ready 2 games away from being there. Why would you want to blow it up after that? You want to run it back with this, right? The same way OKC did. You want to run it back. You don't want to blow it up. Mortgage your whole future. Ready? For a season or 2, that's a championship that's not even guaranteed because you don't know who you got to give up to get this guy here. And then who's Brunson going to be playing with? A bunch of bums, Giannis, and then Brunson's going to be playing 48 minutes? Giannis going to be playing 47 minutes? You're mortgaging up your whole future for what? Giannis doesn't like it over there. So what? I don't mean to bring it into street terms because I'm not a street guy. I understand the streets, but I'm not a street guy. But it's just simple. Why, if your trap is messed up, why you want to come and eat off my trap? It don't go like that. It don't go like that. You got to stay over there and figure it out. But if you want to come over here where I'm rocking and I'm getting bread, you got to figure it out, and you better move some things around and get over here. I'm not throwing away everything I got to bring you here. And I'm rocking. It ain't like I stink. I'm rocking. My team made it further than yours last year. So why would I throw away everything for you? And now you're walking around with a calf injury. I don't know if your Achilles is going to blow. But I'm going to say it again. Ready? You heard it here first from the LV Live. You ready? This is not 2K, man. This ain't 2K. This is real life stuff. This is not 2K. And there's no way I blow up everything for that guy. No way. Excuse my language. No way in hell I do that. That's insanity, man. Insanity. The same thing Dallas did with Luka. They just made it to the Western Conference Finals and they shipped him off. Insanity, man. And they're still struggling trying to figure it out. And the Lakers are playing great basketball right now because he's over there. So you blow it up for what? Why you blow it up? Why? It just makes no sense, man. And it's insanity. It pushes you back so many years. You destroy your whole team for what? For what? Wait, LV, you low key liking that? No, what I'm saying is this, Grover. They blew it up for whatever reason. You know, whatever the dynamic was. And now their team is like in the stinker now because they blew it up. They shouldn't have blew the same thing with us. We will be blowing it up. That's what I'm using it as an example, this Grover. After your team just went far, why would you blow it up? Why? You got to run it back with those guys. That's what OKC did. That's what all the good teams do. They run it back with their crew. Because you're that close. You add in the little pieces here and there, like mainly bench pieces, but you don't blow it all up. Why would you blow it up? That makes no sense. None. And now this guy's walking around with a calf injury. What if that would have happened over here with us? But because he don't like it over there, he want to come over here to our stuff. Because he don't like it over there. His apartment is all messed up. So you're like, yo, let me come to your penthouse. No, my man. It don't work like that. I don't care how good you are. I don't care. No. We don't like what you got. Your stuff ain't good over here. You got to figure it out. Whatever's going on over there, figure it out. You got to get over here the right way. But I ain't giving up everything I got over here. We rocking. We good. We just waiting for OG to get back. Shaman get back. Mitch is good. I like what we got. We're going to make maybe a trade in the offseason, maybe get a wing or something like that. Y'all will sell you out of here. I don't know. But we good. Our offense is still top 2 in the league. Our defense is decent. We're not ranked number 11. Man, we good over here. You want to come over to our stuff. So you want me to destroy everything just to get you here? Because you don't want to be in Milwaukee no more? Nobody wants to be in Milwaukee. It stinks out there. Of course you want to come to New York. Because we popping now. Now we popping. Now we it. As we say, as young kids say, oh, you him right now. You him. You him. But how we used to say it back when I was coming up. All the old heads in here know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? My son and all the young boys, they call me Unc. You know what I mean? They say, yo, LV, you Unc status. But back in my day, you know what we said? We said, yo, you got the juice, man. You got the juice. Anybody that know, but everybody know, you know what I'm talking about. You got the juice now. So now you got the juice. Now everybody want to be down. Does that mean you blow up your stuff for this guy? And we up. We up now. We ain't down. We up. We rocking now. So of course you want to come to the winning team. Of course you want to come where the juice is. Of course. We the one with the fly cars. We got the girls all around us. Now you want to come rock with us. But we're supposed to throw away everything so he can come and chill with us. Nah, man. It don't go like that. And that's why I had to lower it down to those terms, because that's what it is, really. And technically, that's what it is. There's no way you do that for this guy. There's no way. And the biggest lesson that you learn from this is what happened with Melo. That's the biggest lesson you learn. What we gave up. We mortgaged everything for him. I saw a deal out there, and this is the only thing I would consider. I saw a deal out there in which there was a 3-team deal, and you had the Suns involved in it. You had the Knicks, and you had the Bucks. And it was something to where I wish I could bring it up. It was something to where we would get Giannis, and we would get Dylan Brooks and Grayson Allen. Something like that. We would get that. And we would send Cat and OG and maybe another player for a couple of picks. But we still got Josh Hart. We still got Mitch. We still got Deuce. We still got Mikal Bridges and stuff like that. Something like that, maybe. Maybe. That's even a maybe. Because I don't know if Dylan Brooks is just as good as OG. But you got to get back something. And that's a big maybe. But for me, I'm rocking with my crew, man. I love what I saw last year. I love what I saw last year. And it was year one of this project. It was year one. And we went to the Eastern Conference Finals. It was year one of this. And everybody's ready to blow it up because of Giannis? It's called being patient with the process, man. Enjoying the ride. Because the team that's out there that's cooking everybody out there in the West, that's what they did. They let the joint ride out. They cooked and they sat on it and they let everybody rock, let everybody develop, and now they're the best team in the league. You think they got like that overnight, or was they really ready to trade everybody because they because they got the picks. They got the picks. They still got a lot of picks that they could deal with. But they didn't give up on anything. They didn't give up on anybody. They developed these guys. They developed them. And year after year, they lost. And year after year, they got better. Year after year, they lost. They got better. They were playing really good basketball. That's how they got Chet. They got J. Will. Nobody really knew about him coming out of Santa Clara. And then they said, yo, we're missing pieces. We need a big. We need a big in the middle that can get busy and get physical. Yo, what about that cat over there in New York? Go get him. But I heard he still want to stay in New York. You know what? Let's take the jet over there and go see him. Because everybody knows what happened, the story. iHeart wasn't ready to make the deal because he still wanted to come back to New York. What they stated was that on a plane back, the owner called them from the plane and said, yo, we'll do this. We'll front load your contract. Give you all the money up front, and on the back end, you'll get the less of your contract. He said, let's do it. Where do I sign that? Because remember, the rumor was he wanted to stay in New York because his wife was a model. He wanted to stay out there for that too. But he told her, he said, yo, I can't leave that on the table, man. You got to build, man. You got to build in today's time. You got to build. I'm going to say it again. This is not 2K. This is not 2K. All right, people. On that note, I'm out of here. All right. I just got to give y'all a quick breakdown of that. Hope y'all understood where LV's coming from, man. No to Giannis. Let's continue to keep our squad here and follow out everything. Make a change. Get a trade. Get a wing. Something like that. Get Yabusele out of here because we already know. Get OG back healthy. Get Shamet back. We got Mitch. We got everybody ready for the playoffs. Let's get this thing shaking, man. Let's just, come on, stop. Giannis got to figure it out. And now he's hurt. So we don't know how long he's going to be out for. Let him figure it out. Because remember, we got the juice now. We got the juice. All right, people, I'm LV Live, and that's my show. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. All right? Also, too, if it's your first time coming through, rocking with me and my crew, please subscribe to the channel. Also, too, if it's first time coming through, hit that bell icon, right? And also, too, leave comments because I do respond to comments. All right, I will be back Friday to talk about that Utah Jazz game. So please come through and check it out. Big time win for the boys, 119 and 104. The Big Cat, 35 points, 18 rebounds. I am LV Live, and I will be back Friday. So please come through and check out my show. I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.